failed on that one. Don't forget the book.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that new Tristram sprang up to accommodate.
Are you Lear? Did you survive?
I did. Came back here to round.
Watch
out!
The wounded are turning! All that.
Have you come to help us?
Nope.
This is killing business.
Haha, get it? Killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all unless something is done.
Terrible.
Yes.
Puns.
Thank you.
And don't forget to go to Leah's room. You know, for a little R&R. Grab this.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing.
Oh.
Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope.
That, kids.
I tell them not to lose faith.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I start myself with a ring, but no other items except whatever this is, which I'm not going to mess with because I don't know what it is. So, we're just going to go ahead and put on this ring because, duh.
Arrive soon.
You have taken damage if you lose your life. This guy is a healer. Remember this.
Shepherd, what?
He will become obsolete in about 2 levels.
I will bring peace to the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things.
I have experience in these matters.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers.
They're attacking the barricades!
Oh no.
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So, I just got a dagger. Obviously, the little quick equipped stuff. I'm going to be using that. Obviously. A little bit faster, you know, standard attacks. Obviously, dodge, roll, evade. Pretty simple game, honestly. Obviously, the further you get a little more
My master would take pride in this.
Alright, so I just leveled up. Let's go see what we got. So I got Grim Scythe. I'll just show you what that does. Honestly, I definitely prefer the Bone Spikes over Grim Scythe. It gives me more of a range, and I don't like being close like this. Just cause that's just not my play style. Obviously, stuff if you don't have it equipped yet, it's gonna automatically equip. And that is exactly why I want to get up. You know, just don't want to take extra if you don't have to. Gonna go in here. I try to get the entire map just because all these areas I'm gonna need for later. See, look at that. That is the reason why I don't like using this side. Obviously you can run a melee build with a Necromancer, but I don't... Its damage isn't as good as you think. Oh, see, we got our first magical item. Which, you know, it's okay. Just gonna run around with a dagger. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch this back because I do not like having no range. It kind of feels like it does a little bit of damage, don't you? If you crush items in this game, you get a little speed boost. If you crush a amount of them at a certain span. So, we got 26 seconds of... Oh, those are always good to pick up. Look, materials and stuff for you later on. I already got that. Alright, let's get as far as I can with this speed boost that I got.
This creature will die.
These are one of the more magical, harder creatures. They're called elite roots. Obviously, a little more experience and obviously magical items. But at the same time, they give more experience, and they're obviously harder to kill, and they have more effects to them as you kind of like build up the little walls and stuff. And the further we get through the playthrough, obviously, the more you're going to see of those, and you'll start seeing them in multiple groups as well. They're more prevalent in harder difficulties. Since I started a new playthrough, I can only go to expert. So that's what I'll be playing at until I beat the game, and if I decide to do another playthrough with another character, I guess it'll go. Depend on you guys. Alright, see, I like little mobs like this. Free experience.
Insight grows.
Not too hard to kill either. Let's actually go take a look what we got. We got corpse explosion. So target area explodes up to 5 corpses, dealing damage to nearby enemies. So all these corpses are here. You blow them up. You can see a little sigil on the ground that shows where those are. It's good if you're like in the middle of killing a mob. You can just boom. Obviously, as you can see, it doesn't take really anything of my essence to do. That like silver orb next to the red bar, which is obviously my health bar. Just gonna run around all slow like. This is gonna take forever. Always check everything. Doesn't matter what, check everything. Because you never know what you're gonna try and kill as many enemies as you can. More experience, faster leveling up, and possible items. These little guys have like the tiniest chance in the world to drop items, but sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get a little something from them, and sometimes you'll get really lucky and you'll get a legendary item, which is extremely valuable. See, as you can see, the wall is again. Go ahead and get some down. Obviously you can see how they hurt pretty bad. Wallers are actually one of the easier ones to deal with. So we got another magical item. We're gonna take a look. So we're gonna compare these two. So this one gives me 4 life per second. This one gives me 2 life per second plus 2 life after each kill. So honestly, I'm gonna keep the ones I have, even though it's life per second. It's not of such a substantial amount that I want to give away. It's kind of like I'm killing stuff quick enough to where I don't have to really worry about it. And then obviously, you know, same style dagger. I'm not gonna. There's nothing to it. I'm gonna go in here because the gold and creatures. You'll notice that my basic ability with the strike isn't doing a lot of damage. That's just because, well, expert and I don't have any here at the moment. Obviously, try and do as much damage as you can, even though we gain it passively. So you just want to be cautious, because sometimes they can mob you pretty quick, and you know, it's not fun. You know, dying like 2 hits. It does happen. And it will come out of nowhere and you will not expect it. Yeah, that's a dead end. Definitely collect all all the gold you're gonna definitely need all the gold in the world. Because this is a very expensive game. Not that much, but you know, obviously already we're collecting a little bit, making sure we're going through and killing all of the little minions. Now, obviously this isn't like any, you know, this isn't a quick run or anything like that, or speed run, obviously. I'm just kind of playing to play. Now this area right here will come on later in the game. I'll show you a little special thing that happens over here. It's kind of fun. I'll definitely make a video about that place. It is a fun place. We're gonna go ahead and finish this. Obviously, that is pretty bad for us.
Old Tristram.
I have actually gotten a legendary from
Diablo once walked these lands.
which is
I
pretty
could
crazy.
bring that down.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of there. Vortexes are fun. As you can see, they kind of pull you towards them, which isn't a fun thing. Got the buckler, so that's nice, and I got a tunic. Let's go ahead and look at those. Let's see. So this one gives me 2 life per second, which is nice. 17% chance to block. You know, anything helps at this point. And then these are really good. Experience per kill. These will definitely help. I know early game getting stuff for experience is definitely helpful. The higher you get, the less you'll use it. Like the further in the game, the less you'll use it, the more damage you're gonna want to put out. But early game, it's definitely a huge thing if you get experience per kill. Yeah, you're definitely gonna look for items like that because they'll help you just get stronger early game. And you can use stuff earlier. A good mob. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and drag these guys over here. That way I can do this. Kind of blow it up. Get as much damage as I can out of these guys like that. I got a new weapon, or not a new weapon. Hand axe. So let's take a look at it, see what it does. So 2 experience per kill. So my dagger obviously does twice the damage, though it's not a magical weapon. I'm actually gonna keep the dagger just because the damage at the moment is pretty bad on this axe. Even with the experience per kill, it's not enough for me to warrant the damage. So I'm gonna go over here. Might be able to get a weapon from here. Sometimes you get lucky. Javelin, yeah. Javelin, same thing. Does less damage than my simple, and then I lose my buckler because it's a 2-handed weapon. So definitely not gonna do that. We'll just go over here, see if we can find anything. Oh, see, look at that. See, sometimes you'll break stuff and you actually find something. I'm not gonna put those on just because obviously that don't worry about it. Did. Yeah, no. She did not. I'm actually getting pretty bad loot. As you can see, you see the damage is 8.4 on this one, and the simple dagger is 7.5. Just because the damage on there says it's higher than this doesn't mean it's gonna be better than the dagger. Because this one has a 1 to 2 plus damage, 2%, but my attacks are also 0.3 less, so it's attacking faster. So with the dagger, I'm attacking more, so essentially getting a higher damage output with it. So we are gonna go ahead and break all the barrels, because obviously you never know. And we'll go ahead and return back to New Tristram. Talk to the guard.
Thank you for your help.
Interesting. Ravma has blessed
And
me.
he gave me a bunch of stuff. So I got another level up. Go ahead and see what we got. We got a rune, stun impact. So my bone spikes now occasionally stun enemies. So that'll be helpful for kiting. And we're gonna go ahead and look at these gloves. So 2 intelligence. So I'm an intelligence-based person. So Necromancer and the wizard, they're intelligence, and someone else, I think the witch doctor is. I'm not too certain about that. I'm pretty sure they are. But they go based off of intelligence. So the higher your intelligence, obviously you can see right above my name, you can see strength, dexterity, intelligence, and VIT for vitality, which is amount of health. The intelligence you're going to want to raise higher, because then you'll be doing more damage the higher intelligence you get. Go over here.
I will help.
We'll need to open.
This will just help out. So she's gonna go ahead and come with me, but right now I have a bunch of weapons that I have on me.
I've dug
So we're
up
gonna
some.
go over
I
this
worked my
merchant,
hands to the bone
and
to bring you
we're
these
gonna go
fine
ahead and
goods.
sell all those. Now later I'm gonna show you that you shouldn't be selling magical items. Anything that's white, sell it, but for now, until we get like the merchant later on, you're probably not gonna wanna sell magical items later on, just because you'll have enough money. So right now this gives me 11 vitality. This is 1,000. You know, I would buy it, but I'm probably gonna find something here later on. This is only a level 1 chest. I'm probably gonna find something later on here that'll be way better, and I would just rather save the gold for now. So we're just gonna go ahead and head back. She's gonna go
Here,
ahead and
let me open the gate.
But now, let's go on this.
Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was
Look at
raised
that.
by Uncle Decker.
Power globe.
Did you
So,
know your father?
if you have
I'm
those
told he was
options,
a
like that,
great
where
warrior
you blow up a
who was
bunch of them
lost
at the
when
same
Tristram
time,
fell to the
you
demons.
get these power globes, which essentially double the damage. Go ahead and dodge out of the way. Masterful gloves. See, you gotta pay attention as well to the left. Let's have a look here. Reduces all source cost by 4%. See, that's not as good as these buffs. It's giving me a little extra damage as well as a little more experience. Definitely not worth it, because I refill my resources pretty well, which is the essence, which is that blue orb next to my health. So yeah, definitely keeping the gloves I have on.
Look, a hidden cellar. Follow me.
Dark magic lingers here.
Definitely break
People said she
everything
was a
you
witch,
can.
but
Let's
I never
hurry up.
believed it.
And it dropped before I can get it off. Unfortunate. Yeah, definitely stay away from those. If you get hit by them, you will freeze, and it does insane damage. Like, crazy damage. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep trying to stun him before he can use them. Alright, so that's a very small window where I can escape from. But that's as you can see, this is me kiting. Hitting him and moving back. Oh boy. This one I might not get. Ooh, okay. Just barely. You can actually dodge this with well-timed, a well-timed roll. Yeah, I'll try and show you. So, okay, so yeah, that's done. I'm terrible at this. Don't follow my instructions, kids. But if you're lucky enough, you'll There we go. Good gold and a lucky hide belt, which let's go ahead and take a look at it. So obviously, definitely 16% gold for monsters, which is actually a lot more than you think.
Here's the key.
Leave that.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night.
I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as...
Alright, so I got a rune. Ooh, so I got skeletal mages as well, and I did not notice that. So I will go ahead and show that to you. Damage increased for each enemy it passes through, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and show you the skeletal mages. So yeah, these... it does not give me a
best I could.
time.
Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake.
I can have a
The
bunch
shadows close in on Tristram once again. But by Hayden, I'll be gone before they fall.
I'll show you a whole build involving the punishment is insane. So going through mobs of enemies is really easy, especially with the spike, because I'm hitting multiple at once, and essentially I'm gaining a large amount
This soul
of my
is not
essence.
yet at rest.
So kind of watching this right. They don't last too long, but as much as I'm attacking, I'm gaining all back anyways, so I won't have to worry too much.
Tristram Cathedral.
Yeah, as you can see, me needing a new weapon soon. Because the simple dagger will not suffice very much longer. You will see a drop off in damage rather quickly until you find good. So I think they last maybe only not even 10 seconds. I don't think, maybe like 7 or 8 seconds. And Cathedral level 1. This is a main part. This is a main part of the game. At least the first act. This is where you'll be spending most of your time.
The star fell below.
Yeah, use your environments as much as you can. It'll just speed things along, and then you'll get extra little experience.
King's Latdanen, and I'm cursed.
So,
Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
yep, that's kind of depressing. Okay. There's a lot of things that are obviously destructible in the more items you break, obviously. Ooh, alright.
A grave beckons.
Power growth. Got that. Ability boost. Alright. Those things, you want to watch out. They will mess you up if you get caught in that little explosion. So yeah, you kinda wanna just watch out for that. See, double resources gained, so a couple seconds on my resources are extra. Definitely, guess I didn't level up from that. Oh well. Oh, that's a little bit of gold right there. Just break everything, you know. Just guys. Armor rack, leather gloves. Gotta keep the game a little bit.
Long waited. for this knowledge.
Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of so this I do want to show you. Corpse Lance. So the build I'm going to be running, this is going to be literally my main ability. I'll show you here in a second. So as you can see, there's a little corpse on the ground.
I need a corpse.
Every time I get a corpse, I'll pretty much essentially smash in the heck out of this button. And it does insane damage using the corpse.
I need a corpse. I cannot do that.
As you can see, it pretty much just one-shot everything. For the moment. But now it's insane against mobs. Later on, you'll see a nice pairing with my skeletons, as when they die, you'll notice that they'll drop a corpse every time they die. So I don't have to kill something that has corpses.
I must have a corpse. No.
Oh, wow. And it looks like we found our first legendary. See, it can just happen just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and go ahead and identify it. Obviously, we're going to put it on. First legendary, and those stats are insane. It looks kind of cool. I don't know about the, white hair and all that, but yeah. Let's go ahead and look at those stats again. So, increase the effect of any gems socketed into the side by 90%. We'll get into gems later. We do not currently have gems at the moment, but if you notice, 21 intelligence, which raises our intelligence by a lot. Right now, this is a huge item, obviously, because it's a legendary. Vitality, obviously, the more health we have, the better suited we are going to be for that. So we're doing more damage, and we're going to be a little bit bulkier. 6 plus 16 per hit, that's pretty good. Damage per hit is good, just because we're going to be attacking multiple at once, so obviously that is going to stack per enemy we hit. So we're going to run over here. That's actually an awesome find. I'm surprised I got a legendary this early. It can happen just like that. Yeah, you never know. That's why I like this game, just because, it's so fun, because you never know what you're actually going to get. You can start a game and, first two creatures you come up against
will die.
First two you come up against.
My essence is too low.
Boom, drop those. Okay, bracers are good. Bracers are good.
I must have a corpse.
If you notice, see the yellow text. Play with that one. Yellow text means you score critical, which does a substantial amount more damage. I think it's 200% damage, which is double, pretty much.
He was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement.
I require
Sent
a
us off
corpse.
to
That is
that.
not possible.
So it does not seem. Usually, there's an item you can get. It's kind of a rare drop, to be honest. There's an item you get right here. It's a mushroom. It'll be right here. You can just go ahead and click it. It'll drop a legendary mushroom, pretty much. And it is for an item that you can craft later on. Which is that area that I was going to show you that I'm going to show you guys later on in the game. Broad axe. So we still aren't getting any weapons really. I'm kind of surprised. It does happen. Sometimes the loot pool will
We thought we could keep
screw
the
you
dead
over.
trapped here.
Akarat, save me!
Obviously, the more stuff you break, the longer your thing's gonna last. Lumber axe, so it does more damage. But unfortunately, I lose my buckler because, well, it's a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and run down here, make sure we look through everything, and go out here. The scene. We're just gonna get right to the start.
Help! Help!
We're gonna go ahead and save the corpses for the boss.
I must have
As you can
hopes.
see, run through it pretty quickly.
I will.
It is what?
Let's go ahead and take a look at that javelin. So, obviously I have... Oh, see, that's something I didn't know. I didn't know I could have a javelin and a buckler at the same time. You learn something new every day. To be fair, it's been a while since I played this game, but the damage is really hard to pass up.
Wonderful to hear that Leah is well.
A little bit
I fear the
slower.
worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss.
We're gonna go through here and back to New Tristram. Awesome.
I have found Leah's uncle, Deckard Cain. He was pursued by a creature called the Skeleton King, who blocks the path to the fallen star.
Alright. Gonna go ahead.
Uncle.
Thanks to you,
Friend.
the prophet.
Please, Uncle.
Ravma has blessed me.
Let's see. So, I got my next ability, which is Command Skeletons. These will always be with you 100% of the time. Except for this one, Land of the Dead. So, later on, there's two trains of thought to this. You can either, once you get up there, you can either command skeletons, which usually are going to do more damage over the long periods of time. So a long extended fight, skeletons are going to be doing more damage. Or a golem, which obviously, you know, it's a golem. Like, who would want a freaking golem? They're more of a tankier type. I don't see them doing... I don't think they did a lot of damage when I ran a Necromancer a long time ago. They weren't a huge damage dealer. I didn't see them get run a lot, but definitely command skeletons, because some things do synergize well with skeletons. But they are going to be a good asset for sure. They have really good hit points, and I believe they share like lifesteal with you. So when you heal, they heal. So they're kind of up, you know, all the time pretty much, unless, you know, you go up against some folks that are really strong. Usually a lot of the creatures are going to be going after you instead of the skeletons, so they're just kind of getting free hits in. But for now we have Bone Spears and Skeletal Mages, and we'll be using the command skeletons rather frequently. We got a rune for the scythe. At low health, the creature has a chance to be decapitated and instantly killed. This is good, although I'm not sure if it like works with like bosses or anything like that. So we're gonna stick with the bone scythe for now. Bone spikes. We usually keep the bone spikes. As you can see, this is what I really want. Blood spikes right here. Spikes cause the enemy to bleed and heal you. That's what I'm really gonna need, is a lot more health. You'll see later on in the playthrough when I get to that part. We get a lot of skeletons. At least 7? Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we get a lot of them. It is a little too much for the screen sometimes. You know, your screen's always filled with something. So I am going to sell all the white weapon or white items just for some gold to start off with. I'm actually going to keep the Actually, let's see. 12 intelligence. Yeah, definitely gonna go that. 10 more intelligence, boost my attack.
The Heraldric scrolls.
So, this next part is... Oh, mail. I have mailboxes. I have no mail. Good to know. Here's another
Each of
merchant.
my items is very special to me, but I suppose
Rare.
I can sell
These
you
aren't
one or
legendary,
two
these are
things
rare,
if
as
I
you can see
must.
down below the level, way at the bottom of the description. Usually rare crossbow. The X over the weapon means obviously I can't use it, so those I'm not gonna be able to use. Ooh, let's take a look at that. 4.5 poison damage plus 5 experience points. See, I think I'm actually gonna buy this right now, just because it does a lot more damage. A little bit faster attacks per second, and I get more experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. Kind of go through. I think that's all I'm gonna buy. As you can see, some of them are like really like a lot better for me, like Citadel Interceptor. Like obviously that's a lot better. Actually, I'm gonna buy that too. But you're not gonna be really spending a lot of time. You're not going to be spending a lot of time really looking into merchants very much. You're going to be
You
crafting
are the
your own
blacksmith,
items.
aren't you?
Not now.
Death is...
Thank you.
Talking
Follow me.
blacksmith. And you can even see this guy's starting to look pretty cool. I know the wings are more of an aesthetic thing. They're not really real. In fact, actually, I'm going to take them off right now. If I remember how. Yeah, here, wings. Go ahead and take those off. A little gaudy right now. Maybe when I get more better. Go through here, break everything we can.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Do not apologize. You grant them peace. I require no hopes for that.
My love, forgive me.
Hedrig, help me.
Alright, unfortunately we gotta kill her, but... Alright, oh! Look at that. I got a, primal harpoon. Yeah, mine does a little bit more damage. This does give me a lot more health. So I go from 1313 to 1539. But I think I'm going to keep this one for the damage. It is a little bit more damage. I like it.
I couldn't have
There is a
You'll
way.
find his tomb in a
definitely
cemetery in the
tanky
Weeping
enough,
Hollow.
and I have enough minions.
And if you
with
see
me.
my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
With my
Don't tell anyone.
skeletons for right now, we're actually going to run back real quick.
Did you hear?
Just because I believe the blacksmith is open now. I could be wrong. If I remember correctly, he is open now.
I would like
Not
to...
much
We heard
when
He
the
is
skeleton.
not, unfortunately. So we are gonna go out, and we are gonna go find. We're gonna go find the apprentice and finish the quest. And when we get back, we should be able to access the blacksmith from there. Oh, we're gonna talk to this guy. Real
You
quick.
think you're sometime.
He doesn't do anything.
No one
Yeah,
around here
merchant.
appreciates the work I put into acquiring these fine wares. It's not easy, I can tell you that.
That's cool. Nothing too good, to be honest. Nothing that warrants me buying anything. Let's go through here. Alright, so this is where it gets fun. Enemies get a little stronger, obviously, the further you get.
I must have a corpse.
Not fear.
Alright, we got a couple
I cannot do that.
as you can see, the skeletons.
Something happened to this grave.
Alright, so
I can bring
helpful
that down.
run around. If you're confident in your skill, if you're confident in your gear, you're going to want to run around and collect the mobs essentially. Collect mobs, and the more you kill,
I cannot do that.
better, more experience.
I need a
So when I
corpse.
finish it,
I'm afraid not.
alright, and watch as it drops. Big 2.5.
Cold ground welcomes the foul bodies of these cruel men. They sought to prolong their lives through forbidden magic
cannot
at
do
great
that.
and cruel cost to others. Their evil fed on itself until it consumed them all, and they found themselves at the end of a hangman's rope.
Alright. So we got our first passive skill. You get 4 passive skills through the gameplay. We'll just go through each one of them right now. Well, first 2 we get. Consuming a corpse increases your movement speed by 3.3% for 5 seconds. The effect stacks up to 10 times. So 30% movement speed. This is actually really good, especially if you're using corpse lance. If you want to get around the map quick. Quick kills, obviously. Corpse lance is going to be really good. As you can see, you can already start to see how some of this synergizes, especially with my skeletal mages. I can't look at the runes at the moment, but when I get my first rune, I'll show you how it does synergize. So we're going to pick the first one. Life from Death. Consuming, of course, has a chance to spawn a health globe. I don't really use this too very much. Just because the fact that, like, usually I'm healing more than what I get dealt. For now, at least. So I'm actually going to take the speed boost for now.
I must have a corpse.
So as you can see, you can already start to see
That is not possible.
how quick
Decay and rot.
it comes up.
That is not possible.
So you can see how much quicker getting around the map is. So let's go ahead, let's clear all this darkness out. Let's make sure we get all the enemies, get all the levels we can.
That is not possible.
And I'll probably run through this a little bit more before I go ahead and end it. Might keep going.
All must serve the cycle.
Definitely want to have video of the whole playthrough, just just so it doesn't seem like I'm just kind of running through it. And, you've seen them all. Like, you don't really see a big time lapse or like it's super strong. Unfair to you guys.
No.
As you can see, oh, we got a shrine. Let's see. I'm hoping it's a movement one. It is not. It just kind of reduces cooldown. Cooldowns and gives me extra. It's helpful. Definitely is. The movement one, you'll probably see later on.
I need a corpse. I'm afraid not. I have trained well.
I have right now.
No.
Moving pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and take a look. I did get a rune today. So Risen Mages leave a corpse behind when they die or expire. This is the main ability. If you're going to run Skeletal Mages, which if you're doing a minion-based Necromancer, which is really strong, I highly suggest going through the Skeletal Mage tree and looking through what is going to suit you. later on, skeletal mages are really good. So every time your archers attack your foes, you grant increased attack speed each time they attack. So obviously the more times you can hit, the more damage you're going to deal out, and the faster they're actually going to get. So it kind of stacks on top of each other. Singularity, I used it once. It's not bad, although I wouldn't suggest running this unless you're a very essence-based, if you're not really an essence-based Necromancer. You know, if you're using your basic attacks a lot more, then you can use Singularity, just because, you know, you consume all your essence when you use it. Life support risen mages cost health, but last longer. It's good if you're fighting a boss. I would definitely do life support if you're fighting up against a big boss. Just because the longer they're out, the more damage they're gonna go for. Obviously, whatever health you do lose from the minions, you should be able to quickly, if you build it right, you should be able to quickly lifesteal it, or it should just all kind of come back to you with your items. Contaminated mages that channel an aura of decay. It's okay. I don't think a lot of people actually run this too much, just because, like, they're not up for too very long, so the tick damage isn't gonna actually be that amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Siphon Blood. I'll go ahead and show you guys this. I don't use this too very much, just because it looks strong. It's not my cup of tea. Although it does seem to be doing quite a bit of damage at the moment. Actually, I think I might run this just to kind of run it for a moment. I never really tried it when I was playing before. I always went for the spikes, but I think I'm gonna give it a chance. Let's see how it goes. Obviously, Siphon Blood, you're gonna gain you some health. I also, if you notice that other shrine that I got, life. Experiences. Definitely want to keep that going. Get those as much as possible. The little chests, kind of. A lot of the times we're actually going to find
Afraid not.
Alrighty, so we'll probably run through this on the video.
I cannot do this. Have a corpse.
Oh boy, yeah, okay. Alright, that is awesome. Alright, so...
Grave robbers have defiled my tomb. Return my...
So, you want to do events as much as you can. Kind of move back and forth.
I cannot do that.
Really good actually for boss fights if you're a longer. So like this, you can see I'm losing health, but then at the same time I'm getting it all back. Kill that guy.
My master would take pride in this.
I might as well use this for a while. we did get a couple things. So Death Nova unleashes Nova that damages all nearby. This is a cooldown, I believe a cooldown thing. I could be wrong. Corpse Explosion increases size of explosion. That's good. But I would prefer Corpse Lances. I will go ahead and show you the Nova first. So this is what it looks like. Kind of a little explosion. As you can see, it drains a little bit of essence as I use it. It's good if you're in the middle of a wave and they're kind of consuming you and you can't really get away from it. And then yeah, it drops me a bunch of weapons and stuff. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. Double axe, let's see, I believe the two-handed. It is not. I think I'll keep that for the damage. Obviously, I'm kind of doing anything that'll raise my damage up a little bit. 17 vitality, I will take that actually. More vitality, obviously, the more health I got. 2% experience. Actually, I'm not going to go ahead and do this. It is a little more armor, except I'm losing more intelligence, but I will find a better one later on. So, we'll go ahead and leave. If I can find the way out. This way. There might be some.
I require a corpse for that. Your death nears.
I do not have an answer for you. There we go. Alrighty. Go ahead and, as you can see, we found the exit. I do not know how I drain the blood of skeletons.
The crown is not in this crypt. I'll
So go ahead and leave.
elsewhere.
And I will actually end the video going into Tristram. Go ahead and go back to Tristram. I will sell a couple things, and then I'll end the video.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
Of course you do. You know what? I'll actually buy it. Why not? So, if we have any white items, we'll go ahead and sell them here, but it... Oh, we got one. Alright. Go ahead and put that on. A little extra stuff. I'm kind of keeping the magical items for a later date, and I will show you that next video. And that is where I am going to end the video from right here, and I will drop another video soon.